Hello, everyone. I'm certified natural healthcare practitioner Erin Thole, and I have Colton Thayer from Wei Labs here with me today. Hey, Colton, how you doing?
Good, Erin. How are you doing?
I am good. So today we are talking about something that is super, super important to every single person on this planet, which is sleep. And we are talking about sleep in relation to insulin resistance. So a lot of people I feel like, kind of brush sleep off where they're like, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead or, make jokes about it and stuff like that. Or they're like, oh, I just get 6 hours. I only need 5 hours of sleep a night. And it's like, no, you're not actually superhuman. Your body is just kind of conditioned to run off of that. But if we kind of look under the hood, look at the hormones and stuff like that and how they're functioning as a result of lack of sleep, we will see a much heavier story about what's going on and how that's actually impacting your health. So today we're really going to dive into how poor sleep, lack of sleep, really plays into insulin resistance, weight gain, all of that super fun stuff. So there's a lot of studies actually that show that sleep deprivation does increase and can lead to pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Your cortisol level. So Colton and I were talking about cortisol, that stress hormone. That's kind of all the rage. Everyone's talking about it these days. And one of the best ways to balance out your cortisol levels or to keep cortisol happy and healthy is to get enough sleep. For men, looking at around 8 hours of sleep. For women, looking around 8 to 10 hours of sleep because our hormones are different, our brains function differently. And so women just, require more sleep to really reboot brain function, hormones, all that good stuff. So if that's not happening, then the body is constantly kind of in that fight or flight mode, right? So then we're having those increased cortisol levels, the adrenals are becoming stressed and fatigued, and that increase in cortisol also makes the glucose levels, the liver is then releasing a lot more glucose from itself to get the body to like get up and go and run and give you something to run on because you're not running on proper recovery and enough sleep and things like that. So the liver's releasing more of those glucose levels. The cells are becoming more insulin resistant. And when you have poor sleep, your serotonin levels go down, which makes you crave carbohydrates and sugar more because that gives you like an instantaneous, serotonin boost when you eat those carbs and sugar. And then that causes the weight gain and it causes more of the same in terms of glucose and insulin imbalances and things of that nature. So it's really like this
Mhm.
perpetual cycle that we're seeing in people just as a result of not getting enough sleep. I also think a lot of people have a hard time shutting off their brain at night. And
Yeah.
because we're so stressed out, we're really in a culture of like do. Like you're really measured in your worth, unfortunately, in our current society by how much you can pack into a day, like how much stress can you handle in a day, and how little sleep can you live on. And that's kind of noting your worth and your value to society, which is awful. So, if you can't shut off your brain at night, then your cortisol levels are more than likely high at night, which
Mm.
again will increase those glucose levels. Your liver is then pumping out more glucose to give you more energy to like run from the bear, because essentially you're just chronically in fight or flight,
Yeah.
so glucose is that quick energy source that the body's going to pump out to keep you going. So a lot
Mhm.
of people that they're physically tired at night, but their brain is wired and they're in that what's called stressed and wired state where they want to sleep, but they can't sleep, that's just kind of keeping that cycle going. So we work with a lot of people on that, like working on that adrenal fatigue component and balancing out the nervous system because the adrenals and the nervous system, like if you're constantly, stimulating that nervous system, those two things go hand in hand. So getting someone to finally get into that parasympathetic nervous system state, and then calming down that adrenal response and healing those adrenals so that they function the way that they should. is really vital to helping to get those glucose levels
Yeah.
in balance. So I know that you have some fantastic tools for all of those things to kind of hit all those nails on the head because it is such a, it's really like an entanglement, like a ball of yarn of like all
Mhm.
these different issues going on all at the same time. It's not like we can just extract one and it'll, just dealing with this one thing will fix all the rest. We kind of have to address all these things cohesively together. So what is your go-to with herbs for people that are dealing with poor sleep and insulin resistance?
Yeah. So my favorite one for sleep, it's our Z formula. It's like a magic pill, I swear. Like you take it, you're like, oh, I'm tired. It helps to nourish the heart, calm down the heart. And there's some herbs in there that help a little bit. Um, just getting you to like relax, rest, recover. A little bit of adrenal support in there as well. But if you really want to hit it hard, definitely want to support adrenals, liver, kidneys, and if we're, getting past pre-diabetes into type 2, you definitely want to look at the glacier glucosin for the blood
Okay.
sugar. But really goal is get you sleeping. What's residual? Usually it is a little bit of adrenal support that you need on top of that, a
Mhm.
little liver. Um, but
What's the,
yeah,
is it Hepavin? Is that right? That's like adrenals and liver.
heparin's like liver young rising, so it's very good for cortisol management
Okay, okay.
and stress. The other one, we do use Excel a lot, but another one that can be really effective is the Vertice, because that's also very effective for reducing cortisol, your stress response. Basically helps to reset the adrenals, is what I found.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And what does Glacier do? Like, what are the mechanics of that?
So Glacier is a good one to help. It kind of helps, like in the name, you think glacier, you think of cold, you think of lots of ice. Helps to cool down the cells and allow for that basically insulin resistance to go down. So we can get it in, get the sugar in.
Hmm.
The glucosin is also good. There's a little bit of a digestive component to that one, helping with metabolism and utilization. There's a little liver support. They're all blends, right? So there's multiple things they're working on, but for the most part, cooling down the cells so we can get the sugar in.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is one that so many people struggle with. And if they can just get their sleep under control, so many other issues just kind of fall by
So,
the wayside, almost like magic. Like if we can just support that nervous system, support the adrenals,
mhm.
get people sleeping, liver support's important, kidney support's important, and in varying degrees depending on the person and what they got going on. Um, then it's just like everything else just kind of falls by the wayside. You're not as stressed out. You handle stressors much better. You handle stimulants much better, like environmental stimulants, they're coming at you. Um, you're just a happier person, because you're getting that sleep and you're not like fried and wired and bejiggity basically all the time.
I
So
want that.
no, we do not want to be bejiggity, not at all. Yeah. So if you're looking to work on your sleep, is there anything else that you want to add to that, Colton? I mean, sleep is kind of like there's a lot going on, but it's really also kind of cut and dry, I feel like.
Really foundational, sleep, exercise, diet. You do those things, a lot of things do get better. Oftentimes, it'll take more work. And
Mhm.
that's why a lot of people are going towards the Ozempic. Oh,
Yeah.
it just timed out. Um, but yeah, I think, really when you just work on the basics, work that, get a little bit of herbal support in there, reset the system, get you back on your feet in no time.
Yep. Yep. I agree 100% and calming down inflammation. And that's why we do that hormonal panel, so we can see like what the adrenals are doing. And if you are one of those stressed and wired people, because there's people that are just like tired and dragging like all day long, it's because their cortisol is really flipped. So it's really low all day long. And then at night, it like shoots up through the roof. And then they're like, I've been exhausted all day. And now I like, can't shut off my brain and I want to clean the kitchen and organize my, filing cabinet and all these other things. And it's driving them crazy, So if we can figure out exactly what is going on there and what's driving that, and then getting that in control with the adrenals and the nervous system will then help get that glucose level and the insulin and all that good stuff back into balance, and
Mhm.
weight comes off, once we can get that in check. So
Mhm.
yeah, just really
100%.
nourishing. And then another thing is like eating before bed. There's a lot of people, shockingly, that like eat and then go to bed. And that is a big time no-no. Like your body wants, you should have at least a 2 hour window between your last meal and when you go to bed, like bare bones minimum, 2 hours. Because
Yeah.
your body, when you're sleeping, it doesn't want to digest. It wants to rest, restore, repair,
Mhm.
detox, all of those good things. So if you're eating and then going to bed, you're really stimulating the body to stay awake. So if we can eat, further away from bed and stay away from the starches, the sugar, like all of that stimulating stuff right before bed, and maybe stick to a lighter meal. A lot of people also have like a really heavy meal in the evening. We don't really want to do that. It would be better to have our heavier meal like first in the
Mhm.
day, and then as the day goes on, you eat lighter and lighter meals because you need less and less energy
Yeah.
basically.
You're already
And
working with
so,
first, you know.
yeah. And so then we're eating, a lighter meal in the evening, good amount of protein, some healthy fats, something easy to digest, and then resting for the evening until it's time to go to bed, and not having all this stimulus going on, so like the blue screens, being on your phone, like all of that stuff, we want to stay away from that for at least an hour or two before bed too. So either just staying away from it completely or getting like those blue light blocking glasses if you have to be on your computer or your phone or whatever before bed. That can be really helpful too, to not stimulating that, the nervous system, the brain, the cortisol production, all of that good stuff. So those really do work. So you can get them for relatively inexpensive prices on Amazon. So
Yeah, there you
yeah.
can. Red light. Red light helps too.
And red light can help too. Yeah. So doing some red light therapy, all of that good stuff. So there's some of our tools for you. If you're looking to book a consultation, really get to the root cause of what's going on with your body, with your health, what works for you, what you need, what your hormones look like. You want to do those panels and all that good stuff. Shoot me an email and we can set up your free consultation. My email address, my link for booking your free consultation, all of that below the video. And then I'll also put in Colton's phone number if you want to contact him to pick his brain about herbs and what will work best for you. Um, we'll get you all hooked up and feeling great, sleeping great, and feeling like $1,000,000.